照我们讲的那个，
然后不会冲进来。
好，
还有一只，好像是喷子。换位置。
这。
Nice。
看到了。
直接死。
来了，还有一个，
还有一只在门
来了，到
时光。
Hey guys, welcome to the 4th chapter of the most detailed, highly comprehensive PUBG tutorial for noobs and pros alike. I'm your host, SquadMasterBitch. Since this is the 4th chapter, so I guess we can skip the part where I talk about how I ranked 49th place on World Solo Record in Season 5 and jump straight into our topic, Big Garage and Choke Point. Let's take a quick walk through Big Garage first. The Big Garage is one of the most common buildings in the field. There are 14 loot spawns in Big Garage, and I do suggest always to loot a building thoroughly rather than quickly. I almost always skip opening the 2nd floor door to the balcony, since it's on your exit path when you jump down from the 3rd floor. This way, you'll leave one less trace for enemies to find, and doing so could also save you a valuable 3 to 5 seconds. It's safe to say that everyone looks similar to what you just saw, and that's exactly why you'll be able to take them down easily once you learn the concept of choke point. What is a choke point? You probably guessed that it's at the 2nd floor door, but what criteria makes it a choke? Well, there are a few situations where you can gain advantages. First, if this was a 1 versus 1 situation, you would have gained advantages since the enemy needs to turn more than 90 degrees to shoot you, and you can anticipate where he'll be firing and attack a small area straight in front of you. That's advantage 1. In this video, my teammate and I were both shooting at the enemy from an angle larger than 90 degrees. They can't even see what shot them. Second, obstacles preventing enemy from aiming. This is one mistake new players often make, thinking that they're shooting at the enemy, but in fact not. The concept extends to seeing the enemy, but unable to aim, demonstrated by this video. On a frame-by-frame shot, you can see that the enemy begins to raise his weapon after showing his full body to my red dot. The soonest you can attack is when you can raise your weapon, and you won't be able to do that unless half of your body is showing. You wouldn't be able to peek either, because the shadow shows where you are and the wooden door won't defend you. That's advantage 2. So how do you set up a choke point? You already know my position in the corner. This position is more likely to take the heat, so I would suggest the player who is familiar with spraying and close-range combat to take the spot. The second position is at the corner over here, where it is pretty much invisible to the attackers since the imminent threat is at spot 1. In a normal looting or attacking pattern, you can see that spot 2 is a blind spot for enemy players. Spot 2 needs to tilt and attack first, once the enemy player steps in. Third, the choke. This concept has been used in battles and wars all around the world over centuries. The choke prevents any supporting fire from enemy's teammate. Once the enemy steps onto the choke, he has no option but to open fire. But as he opens fire, he's blocking his teammate from entering the room. That's advantage 3. So, where would the worst place be to defend the Big Garage? You've guessed it, the same door. All advantages turns into disadvantages. You have obstacles preventing you from aiming, and your teammate would not be able to provide you with any assistance.
3rd floor, I see him. He's by the door. By the stairs.
Vice versa, if you're trying to attack the 2nd floor, try to draw the enemy to the door. If there's another player in the room, You follow the same concept, try to breach corners by corners while your teammate provides cover, and take them out.
Thanks.
Now, here's another concept called door trapping. It utilizes the first concept of using wide angles to gain advantages. As you see from this video, the enemy's sight can easily miss the players behind the doors and be taken out. We will go into details about trapping in a chapter later on. By using the same concept, here's the trap spot on the first floor. I'm positive that 90% of the players will fix their path towards the door if they feel it is unlooted. And by doing that, the player wouldn't be able to see the trapper until you get to this position, where on the trapper's screen, you're pretty much completely exposed. This is the only advantage spot on the first floor. Let's continue to the third floor. You can use the same trapping concept on the third floor by hiding behind the wall. This is a more early game strategy since you're exposing yourself completely to everyone on this side of the wall. But it is very useful in Hometown and 5 houses when you know an enemy is breaching your building. Another strategy while attacking the third floor is to always, I repeat always, use the Terran. You can find more details and tips about Terran in a chapter later on, but I believe these 3 videos are pretty much self-explanatory. Now here's a little quiz for you. If the enemy chooses to guard the third floor door, who has the advantage of the choke point? Please leave your answer in the comment section, and I'll provide my viewpoint in the next chapter. In the rest of the game, I wouldn't place myself at the third floor because of the risk of exposing myself. I would rather kill the enemies at the choke point where I am protected by the building, instead of killing enemies from the roof and risk myself later while looting them in the field. Now the last thing I'm going to share with you is a trick you can do now that vaulting is employed. You can jump onto the fence, walk on the wall to this position, and vault on to the very top of this building. Whereas traditionally, you would jump onto the door before you get onto the rooftop. There you have it guys, the 4th chapter of a series of videos to help you understand all aspects of PUBG. At the time of making this video, I already have 12 chapters prepared, and I would really like to hear your comments or questions. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please go ahead and like all my videos and subscribe to my channel. This is SquadMasterBitch. I'll see you at the next chapter.